What's the word, y'all? This your boy Jay from the Heavy Hitters. Today's episode, we're gonna talk about why Drew McIntyre is one of the best WWE champions we've had in a long time. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, do all those good things for us. Help you boys get back to the top where we belong. So let's jump into it. So let's start at the beginning of Drew McIntyre's career, where in 2010 he debuted. Vince McMahon debuted him. He guaranteed Drew McIntyre was a future world champion, and basically Drew McIntyre was destined for greatness, like off the rip. He came in immediately. He won the Intercontinental Championship. He was in top level feuds with top level guys, but then somewhere down the line, he hit a rough patch, and you could see his career just going downhill from there. He ended up in 3MB with Jinder Mahal and Heath Slater. Low key, this is off topic, but on topic. If Heath Slater becomes WWE champion, this faction might go down as one of the greatest factions of all time. But back on topic. He ended up in 3MB, and things just went downhill. It just kept getting worse. He was jobbing to the Shield, all types of stuff. So eventually he gets released, I believe in 2014. And Drew McIntyre goes to the Indies, works on himself, comes back bigger, better on the mic, better in the ring, more of a physical freak, and he's just looking unstoppable. So Drew McIntyre is back on this hot streak where he was at before. And the potential, we're seeing the potential now. His promos are a lot better. He's in high level feuds. He's in the main event picture, not fighting for a world title, but he's like, him and the Shield, Braun Strowman and Dolph Ziggler, they're going at it, and he's looking unreal. I remember at one point he had beat Kurt Angle with his own move with the ankle lock, and basically he made Kurt Angle cry, that's one of the biggest ways you can put somebody over. Not only do you beat Mr. Intensity with his own move, but you make him cry. So later down the line, he goes into a feud with Roman Reigns, going into WrestleMania 35, and basically, the match wasn't all that great. It was alright. Two dudes, they really need other people to carry them through a match, but Roman picks up the win because he just comes back from leukemia. He needs a big win. So after this, Drew McIntyre kind of goes on a downfall. He goes on a downfall. He's still feuding with Roman Reigns. He's basically Shane McMahon's lackey at this point. And things are not looking good for him. So then he gets injured, and this was low-key a blessing in disguise for him. He gets injured. He comes back maybe a little bit before Survivor Series. I think it was a little bit before Survivor Series. And he comes back. Now he's back to this unreal, no-nonsense guy. And we're going into Survivor Series, and he's on the men's Survivor Series team. And he's just flattening dudes, giving people work. I remember because me being Shamar actually went to Survivor Series this past year, and he eliminated Walsh off the rip, with one Claymore, and people, they were real upset about that. So Drew McIntyre now he's back to this hot streak, and I believe at this point Drew McIntyre is still here. So now we're going into the new year. Drew McIntyre basically just turned babyface. He goes in there, and he's like I said, he's looking unreal again. He's looking unbeatable, unstoppable once again. So we go to the Royal Rumble. Brock Lesnar starts the Royal Rumble number one. Comes in number one. And he eliminated like the first like 12 people or something. He had like 12 eliminations. Drew McIntyre came out like number 16. And you could tell when Drew McIntyre came out, the mood changed. Like things got real. Brock stops everything he's doing, stops eliminating everybody, and you could tell Drew isn't scared of Brock, but Brock, he's like, yeah, this dude is different. So basically, Ricochet low blows Brock, Drew eliminates him like that. He stares down Brock for like a good couple minutes after he's eliminated, and then eventually Drew goes on and wins the whole thing. So now Drew McIntyre has just won the 2020 Royal Rumble. He's looking unstoppable, unbeatable. And eventually he goes on to beat Brock. Now he's WWE champion. This is basically everything that's been going on now. So now we get to his WWE championship reign. His promos are unreal. Everything he's accomplished, basically everything Vince McMahon told us 10 years ago, he's actually fulfilling it now. He had the potential this whole time, but it took some time to get him to where he wants to be. Now he's the WWE champion. He's more instead of being like the traditional like babyface was like, I'm the underdog going into a lot of these matches. Drew is actually the favorite going into a lot of his world championship matches. He's not an underdog by any means, but it's different. It's different. And basically he goes into his first feud with Seth Rollins, and you could just tell like he's different. He's his matches are actually a lot better. Character-wise, the promos, in my opinion, have just been great. And from what's being said, Paul Heyman and Vince McMahon let him cut unscripted promos, which is great for him because he seems more genuine and he seems more comfortable doing these things. With a lot of these people who cut the scripted promos, they sound like robots. They don't really sound authentic. Like, in my opinion, like, for instance, and this ain't really no shot at nobody, like Charlotte, she sounds like a robot when she talks a lot of times. Like, it just doesn't seem genuine. But when Drew gets on the mic, it sounds authentic, it sounds real, and everything. Now, Drew McIntyre, he's starting off right. He just he's beaten Seth, which was basically one of those top guys in the company for years now. And he just got done beating Bobby Lashley, which was a great story and a great match. Drew McIntyre, in my opinion, has the potential. He's starting off really hot right now. He has the potential to be one of the best WWE champions we've had since, who knows when. Drew McIntyre is out of this world. He's one of these guys that doesn't come around too often. And he's very entertaining, and he's just like on a whole nother level right now. And this is his time. He deserves everything he's gotten. He basically is just on a whole nother level right now. There hasn't been a WWE champion like him. So I believe going right now, he's going to be a force for maybe the next year. And he's really just hitting his prime. When he first came into WWE, he was like in his early 20s. He was like 20, 21 on the head. 35 in wrestling, that's about your prime. I think he's like 35 or 36. It's really his prime right now. So I say he could probably win like 2, 3 more championships, and then he'll probably hang it up. Drew McIntyre, like I said, everything you want in the world champion, I mean, he's got that. He's got the look, he's got the promo ability, and he's just overall just completely better than he was 10 years ago. He's unreal right now. You could tell before the whole coronavirus started that the people were interacting with him when he was Claymore and Brock. Like all those times in a row before WrestleMania, the fans were going nuts for him, and I might have my opinions on Brock, and they might be negative most of the time, but he did help Drew McIntyre become a bigger star. Like, it made him just put him over big time, and we can tell that Drew McIntyre, he's comfortable. He goes out there. I remember I saw him. He's like saying like all types of hilarious stuff, like, "Hey, all you cool cats and kittens." Like, he's just outrageously hilarious, and like I said, one of the most entertaining WWE champions we've had since who knows when, probably like since CM Punk or something. Like I said, in my opinion, Drew McIntyre deserves all of this. He worked hard. He's that man right now. He's unreal right now. Make sure y'all comment down below, like, share, subscribe. Like I said, we on our way to new heights, new levels, new everything. Let me know your opinion on Drew McIntyre and how y'all think his championship reign has gone, and how it can. And do y'all think he can keep this level of greatness for maybe the next year? In my opinion, I have him holding the championship for a year straight. I have him holding it to WrestleMania 37. And then I would want him to lose to Aleister Black. If Aleister Black turns heel, and have him lose to Aleister Black at WrestleMania next year. If y'all think he should lose to somebody else, or if y'all think he should have, if he doesn't deserve all this and he's overrated and all this, let me know. Comment down below. I'm your boy Jay from the Heavy Hitters, and I'm out.